let's just say, and I hope my wife doesn't watch this because she's going to disagree with me. All right. Hey, folks. Erik Heninger here, answering more questions that we get from clients and other lawyers and just people randomly on the street that stop me and ask me legal questions. So one of the questions that I have been getting is, what can I sue for after an accident? And I'm going to use the word accident, but I want you to understand this is anything where somebody's been hurt. So it could be a car wreck, it could be medical negligence, could be a trip and fall, anything. Okay, involving an injury, not a business tour type thing. So what you need to be thinking about is, what have you lost? If you've lost it, you can probably get compensated for. So the primary things that we see getting compensation for are medical bills. Now, most people have insurance, so they may not pay their medical bills, but you have to pay the insurance company back. We'll do that in a later episode. So medical bills, if you have future medical bills, those can be accounted for as well. Pain and suffering. So that's different than just the injury itself. But if I broke my leg, there's certain pain involved in the fracture. Did I have to have surgery? Was there recovery? Was there physical therapy? Do I have to go to occupational therapy? All these things can be rolled into pain and suffering. What did it take to help you recover from this injury? Mental anguish. It's a little bit different than pain and suffering because in my mind, I don't know about a jury's, but in my mind, pain and suffering is a little bit different. Mental anguish, kind of the aggravation, agitation of being injured, not being able to do what you want to do or are accustomed to doing. So medical bills, pain and suffering, mental anguish, lost wages. If you couldn't work, there's something there that you can recover as well. So past lost wages, future lost wages. There's also, let's say that you did break your leg and you required surgery to repair that. Now you're going to have a scar. Okay, so there's also disfigurement. That's something there. Things like that. Those are the big ones. Then you have some small ones like loss of enjoyment of life, or maybe in a worker setting that the injury has caused you to be unable to work the same way you used to. Let's say that I was in a severe car wreck and where now I'm working 5 days a week, 40, 50 hours a week, but this car wreck has now limited me. I can only work 2 or 3 days or 20 hours. So I'm not as productive. And so maybe there's a lost wage claim there based on the fact that I cannot do what I did before the wreck. So those are the primary things that you can recover for in an accident of any kind, as long as there's a personal injury attached to it. There's a few more things that fall under those categories, but they don't happen very often. One thing that I will throw out there that I don't like personally, but is available under the right circumstances, it's called loss of consortium. Depending on how I explain this, we may have to do another episode on it. But it's usually if you are married, so it's a spouse or a significant other or partner, that you are so injured that you cannot contribute to the household anymore. So let's just say, and I hope my wife doesn't watch this because she's going to disagree with me. Let's just say I'm the one that cooks and I do all the laundry and I do all the sweeping and I take care of the dogs, and then I get hurt and I can't do those things. And so lo and behold, now she has to take over that role and doing all those things. She has a claim now because now her life has been changed because she has to take on all these things that I did before this incident. So she has a claim. I don't like it because oftentimes I hear spouses whine about, I now have to do this, I now have to do that. When I get into it with them, it's really just closing the lid on the dishwasher or folding clothes once every 4 weeks. It's not really that significant, but there are cases where it is significant. So I don't want to belittle it. I'm just going to tell you, in my practice, it's not very common unless it's very, very serious. So those are some of the top things that you can sue for or try and get compensated for after an accident. I hope this helps you understand what's available to you should you be hurt. I hope you're not. I hope you're just interested in this topic. But if there's anything that we can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Our website is hgdlawfirm.com. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed. I want to encourage you to subscribe if you haven't. As always, if there's something you really want to know and we're not covering it, reach out to us and we'll definitely give it a shot at answering. Thanks for tuning in.